Hi, and welcome back to the MattCast podcast, episode 100, which is kind of, having 100 right before the CFP national title game.
Mhm.
Kind of kind of fits just perfect
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a great game to watch next Monday. Kind of a terrible episode for me because the Steelers lost and
Badly.
Mike Tomlin left. A
Yeah.
little bit I'm mixed feelings on that one, but we'll get into it a little bit.
John Harbaugh's looking for a job. Could
Dude, the
you
Ravens
imagine?
owner said we're excited for Mike Tomlin to be a potential coach. And I
No
was like,
fucking way.
it was like reported on ESPN, and I'm like,
No fucking
there's
way.
no way Mike Tomlin's coming to Atlanta or not Atlanta, Baltimore. Yeah,
Yeah. I could see
birds.
Mike Tomlin going to Atlanta and taking Raheem Morris' job. Like that would make sense to me. But I can't remember who said it, but like,
Well,
yeah,
the
if he
Bucks.
they still have Todd Bowles.
I thought they got rid of him.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
I thought there was talks of firing him at least. Then
I think people want him to get fired, but my thing is like, dude, you guys had a pretty like unfortunate season.
yeah,
Um, I would give him one more year,
yeah,
but
give him one more
I feel like
season
the
on him.
Bucks that's just a fucking revolving
Yeah.
door of coaches. Anyway,
Um, but yeah, we got CFP semifinals that just happened. One of them was an absolute blowout. The other one was actually a great game to watch.
yeah,
Um,
came down to like the final play.
yeah, the final play. And then we have first round of the wild card to talk about.
hmm
We'll have our final predictions for awards going into awards weekend after this one. Um,
And then we'll talk about divisional round.
yep, divisional round and trivia as well at the end, like we used to do, but now we got more time to do it. So
And this episode is brought to you by Hart Ventures Electrical Services. If you're ever in the Omaha, or ever in, if you live in the Omaha metro area, uh, Iowa, Western
Mhm.
Nebraska, Northern Nebraska, Southern Nebraska, wherever in Nebraska or in those kind of
yeah,
vicinities, and you're needing electrical work, please see our sponsor today. Great friend of the show, does great work. Free estimates on any jobs and projects that you might have going on in your house.
he'll be my co-captain on our men's league.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he'll be my number two.
and he'll
Even
be
though
the
he's doing the administration stuff, like he's paying, like he's talking with the league.
that's
But
so funny. He told me he wanted nothing to do with
he said he wanted nothing to do with it. I just said I need some help, like figuring it out.
yeah.
And he's like, you know what, I'll just handle it. Just like,
That's so
and
Joe.
then later
That's
on,
so fucking
he's
Joe.
just like, how about we have like 50-50 captainship? And
Yeah, that's
I'm just like, Joe,
I figured as much. Whenever they're asking me if I want to coach, I was like, what am I gonna do?
yeah.
Like
It's just like,
what like genuinely what would I do? So I was like, I'll just play. And
yeah,
then for a while, because I didn't know what, and I was like, because if it was between like a men's and a co-ed,
mhm,
I was saying I would just do co-ed,
yeah,
or excuse me, I would prefer co-ed over men's, which people took it as like, oh, he just wants to do co-ed, not men's. So
yeah,
then Joe hit me up and he goes, hey man, like, so with JP and his schedule, intern Josh, and his schedule, if he does every other weekend, would you want to sub and do the other
mhm,
weekends? I was like, dude, if we're being honest, once it comes down to the season and we're into the swing of things,
mhm,
like I'm probably just gonna want to play
yeah.
every week and not do every other
Right
weekend.
now, I'm telling you, yes, but
Just put me
during the
down.
season, just put me down full season.
Just put me down full season, and if I need to, because there is no shortage of
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
No,
Um,
I would prefer not to be third base though, just
that's why I
because.
asked. Like,
Like here's the thing, I can do it. Like
mhm,
I feel like there's probably better guys out there for it.
yeah,
My thing is like I don't have a cup. I'm not going to invest a cup,
mhm,
and I know when those guys are hitting
yeah.
it. Like
I'm gonna have to invest in.
yeah,
I was also gonna potentially ask, do you want to play as catcher
dude,
too?
fuck no,
My reasoning
fuck
is
no,
having someone behind the
don't care,
plate.
hated it. I've done it before.
No, yep,
Don't want to do it.
don't want to play catcher.
I've done it a few times. It is the most like God.
So
Like
useless.
I feel so
Yeah,
useless. I
it,
might as well just be the backstop
yeah.
and just yeah. It was
Fair enough.
anyway. I
was just
appreciate you
like,
asking.
yeah, no, I wanted to hear your input, and
Mhm.
if that's one thing, I'm kind of glad.
Now here's the thing.
One thing I want to have control over. I don't care if Joe does everything. I want to control over the lineup and
And so here's what I'll say.
positioning.
If it comes down to it, like that's my position as a player, as the coaching staff. If you guys come to me like, hey, every position is filled, we don't have a spot for you.
Yeah.
Like it's either catcher or you're riding
Mhm.
the bench and just having at bats, and then occasionally you'd get subbed in.
Yeah.
What's your stance now? Then I'll be like, okay, put me in as
Yeah.
catcher. That would be
Yeah.
how I look at
Okay.
it.
Yeah. No, I'm looking. I'm curious to see how everything's going to play out because I want to reach out to with every single one. Like, hey, what is your preferred, position?
Are you guys? Have you had a conversation on like who you want to pick on your team, or how
Me and
does?
Joe have had like beginning preliminary questions,
Yeah,
like to figure out who we want on our team. Um, and I kind of just blatantly told Joe, it's just like a lot of my friends are either on the team or too busy or just not athletically talented enough for me to ask.
yeah.
It's just like,
Would you ever ask like future friend of the show, AJ Forbes?
oh, that'd be a good one, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. Getting AJ out there behind the plate. I played with him.
dude.
I played with him Rick.
I've heard stories.
He
I've
was,
heard stories, dog.
dude, having him as first base or catcher,
Yeah.
dude, someone comes sliding in for like a
Good
game winning
luck.
run.
Good luck.
Wham.
Yeah.
He starts getting his offense.
And I bet you he can pimp the fuck out of a ball, bro. Uh,
You just gave me an idea. All right,
go ahead. Go
let me
ahead.
text you. Let me
Yeah,
text Coach Joe.
yeah, hit him up. So let's see. Over the weekend, we went out and we celebrated Maddie Light's 27th
Yes,
birthday.
27.
We did a little road trip down to Ames, Iowa. Nice little 2.5 hour drive. Wasn't a bad drive. It had a little bit of snow,
Yeah,
but overall, like it's not a
it was a light
long.
dusting. I was like sitting
Yeah,
there like, fuck, dude, if this snow keeps on going,
that's what I thought too.
yeah.
And then I was like, I had my navigator,
Mhm.
intern
Look up,
Josh, like,
yeah,
hey, what's the weather report going into Ames? And he's
yeah,
like, it's only going to snow for an hour. And from what it wasn't even sticking to the road. So I was like,
yeah,
all right, I ain't worried about it.
yeah. And it was even though we had nosebleeds, quote unquote,
Yeah, dude.
it was
We
still
were
like,
second from the second from the top.
yeah.
We
At that
were,
point, like, dude, I was sitting there like, man, I think the top seats would be a little more
dude.
comfortable.
I was sitting there like, all right, now I know. Like, is either dude just stick with, but like the top
Yeah,
were already take. They're like,
yeah,
yeah,
already
those,
taken. Yeah,
yeah.
but it
And from
was,
the way the website looked, it did not look like the
yeah,
very second to last.
yeah, or like the banner will take up
Yeah,
part of your view right there.
yeah.
But it's still a good view, like especially for in the second half. I like it when I'm able to see like my team better and not blocked by the
The
basketball hoop.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
what like because we could have been like offset for
yeah,
any of it, but I was like, if we're like perfectly square on
mhm,
the court, I feel like that's a little bit
yeah.
better of a viewing.
Oh yeah, it was a great view.
Dude,
Yeah,
I will tell you, as much as I love intern Josh, I wish I didn't sat next to him because every like whistle blew. I looked over at him like, "What happened?" And he would look at me like, so I'm like, all right, like I don't.
like, and then I have to sit there. This, and this happened.
And I'm like, even I'll go, cool. And I look at him like, what's that mean? Like, what words did he? And then like,
Yeah,
there was the guys like in the last row behind us, dude. They kept because they're like, how can you call that a foul? And it's like, dude, you cannot see it. Shut the fuck
yeah.
up. Like,
Well, I was even sitting there too. I'm like, that's not a foul. It's
yeah, I
just
was
like
like, I'm
some of
not.
these like our dudes are getting hacked underneath the basket while this dude fucking sneezes on their guy
Yeah,
and you blow the whistle. I'm just like, what? That's
yeah.
a foul. My brother he showed up to the game as well because he
It was
lives out
cool.
in that area.
I
Yeah,
felt bad that he was on like the total ass end
yeah,
of the thing because I saw him like try to talk to you and he would be like, hey,
yeah.
hey.
No, and I said like, I was just like, Vince, I'll talk to you after the game.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was doing when you guys went off.
No, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because
but
that's what because when we were leaving, Maddie's like, "Well, where's Matt?" And someone said like, "Oh, in the bathroom." I was like, "Hey, my plan is to go warm up the car. That's
yeah,
what I'm gonna go do. Whatever y'all do is up to you. But I'm
yeah.
gonna go warm it up."
And everybody just followed you.
Pretty
But
much,
yeah,
yeah,
me and my brother went to the bathroom and
yeah.
then just bullshitted outside for a
Hmm.
bit. Um,
You got like an impromptu birthday gift from Ames.
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When we were sitting in our nosebleed seats. There was a young lady who was sitting above us, and typical in a sporting sense, and then, like, when you don't wanna go through the entire aisle of people,
Yeah.
if it's clear underneath you, you just step down and you just take the
Yeah.
cleaner aisle down, but when she did it, she, like, knocked off one of the wooden armrests
Mhm.
from our section, and they just, like, left it, so I was like, because for me, I've always wanted to keep, like,
A part of a stadium.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, like,
And I
the
think it's
seats,
original wood too from, like,
and
when the
then
stadium was first
and
built.
if that is, dude, that's
Yeah, it's
fucking
pretty
it's
sick.
pretty sick,
I
so
know. I'm just like, "Now where do I put this?"
yeah, I thought you like because you could turn the other side, engrave it,
Engrave
and
it, probably like Hilton something.
yeah, I was gonna write on it, like, Hilton Magic, the date, and then the
Yeah.
score, um, but
Yeah.
then I just decided to give it to
Mhm.
you and because I didn't wanna ruin.
I know we're a football podcast, but Iowa State is now number 2 in the country. March 2nd, we go up against Arizona, who
Mhm.
is number 1.
I think Nebraska's number 8.
Yes, you guys have been climbing up too,
Yeah.
so
Well, and it helped that Michigan, they
yeah.
lost to, Wisconsin,
Yeah,
I believe.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah, same day.
Wisconsin's kind of a they're known for being a basketball powerhouse, so,
Mm,
like, Michigan losing to them,
mhm,
I wouldn't really call it much of an upset, but the fact that Wisconsin's unranked,
mm,
but that's deep diving in basketball.
sure, yeah. Getting into
Yeah,
our bread and
college.
butter.
Miami, Ole Miss, 31-27. I almost wanted to post another absolute cinema, but I'm like, I can't do that twice in a row.
Dude, I'm telling you, and I texted you this privately. I'm saying it now. Ole Miss was the hero
Yeah,
of this college playoff that we didn't deserve, but we
yeah,
got to like every game that they were in was
was
exciting,
yeah,
and they made it exciting. It wasn't just like the one-sided
yeah,
blowouts or like they made
kinda
it
like what
competitive.
Indiana's doing to everybody.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
honestly, what's predicted to happen for this next game too.
in their home stadium too.
Yeah,
In their home
in
stadium. I haven't I
it's
didn't
gonna be
look
a
at.
rough game.
I'm interested to see it,
Yeah,
because a lot of things that I was looking at for this last game, I just didn't really like. So I expected Miami to be a little bit better defensively, and from what I saw, they weren't. Like they
Ole
had
Miss too. I think that just speaks props to Ole Miss's offense
no, I
being one of the
agree.
highest ranked. Yeah,
Yeah, and Trinidad Chambliss does not turn the ball over
no,
often or really at all. Like he had like 3 picks in the regular season. I don't remember how many fumbles, but
no.
Ole Miss they did not turn the ball over once. They got Miami to throw an interception. And then let's see here. What did I put for? I guess I didn't make any notes for the Miami's defense because they really weren't a huge. I mean, defense overall wasn't a
Yeah,
huge factor in this game. Um,
it was. And we we both kind of said it's gonna go one or two ways. The over is gonna hit, which it did.
yeah.
Or it's gonna be extremely defensive, but
Mhm.
we don't expect it. Like,
I thought I was always like, this is an over
yeah,
game, and it would
I
only be one side of the
yeah,
defense.
I'd say it'd be 80% chance for a blowout or like over,
Mm.
20% for like, or this could be the most heavy defensive battle.
Yeah, I think one of the things that did help out Miami was their third downs. They were 11 for 19, while Ole Miss was 2 and 10.
Yeah,
And then they didn't do any fourth down conversions. But Miami attempted to, and they got 2 of them. And then time of possession dominated
for
by
Miami, yeah.
yeah. Um,
41-22 to 18-38.
yeah, it's funny. I must have wrote that down backwards. That was like the only one I messed up
Yeah,
on. And then I think overall they did pretty well rushing the ball.
dude,
So
Carson Beck's running for the touchdown at the end of the game
mhm.
was gorgeous. Like, they were talking about it too, like, Carson Beck hadn't run in a touchdown all season, and then you do it in the semifinals to win with, like, what, 30, 40 seconds left?
Even with that time on the clock, though.
Sorry, 2:55.
But
Apologize.
whenever Ole Miss took over, because I think that's just how much
Oh,
time it
yeah.
went.
Never mind, as I was. Let
Yeah,
me
that's just how long the drive was. That 2 minutes 55 seconds. So, but when Ole Miss took over, they had what 40 seconds
Yeah,
to play and
24 seconds.
24 seconds,
Yeah.
excuse me. They did it they were moving down the field with
Mhm.
like 18, 19. They got into like a shot.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it was pass interference that ended the game. I definitely think there should have been a call there,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna go torching down Atlanta
Yeah.
or fucking because isn't that where? Oh no, is it played in
Glendale,
Yeah,
Arizona.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you're not gonna go torching down everything
Mm-mm.
over it. Yeah, should have been.
I was just happy to witness that game. It
Yeah,
was really good.
it was a fantastic game. And then one game that I figured was gonna be a blowout, so I just didn't watch it. Oregon, Indiana, which it was 56-22.
First play from scrimmage, pick six. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, damn, like this is not the way I thought it would go. I did think Indiana was gonna win the turnover battle.
Yep,
They did 3-0. I didn't expect like first play right off the rip,
via pick
pick
six.
six. But I mean their defense, 3 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss. They had the pick six. They had Dante Moore. Let's see here. 24 for 39, so just over 280 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, and an INT. So all the turnovers came from Dante Moore. And then they held Oregon's rushing attack 26 attempts for 93 yards. Like they couldn't do anything on the
And
ground.
Oregon is like one of the better teams in, I almost said the NFL, the CFP, who run the football, along with Ole Miss as well. Like they both got stuffed. This is gonna be a great game coming in for the
No,
national championship.
yeah, I can't wait to take a look at the model. Because let's see here. Well, Fernando Mendoza, 17 for 20. They really wasn't
No.
throwing the ball around that much. 177 yards, 5 TDs though. Kalon Black, 12 carries, 63 yards, 2 TDs. But I mean, that was the thing. Like, they didn't need to have long, drawn out drives
Mhm.
because their defense was setting them up perfectly for
Yeah.
success.
So yeah, when you're getting the ball at the 50-yard line or 50, your own 40, it makes it pretty easy to go up 56-22
Yeah.
on your opponents.
And I mean, Oregon 8 for 13 on third downs. Indiana was 11 and 14. Oregon missed both of their fourth down attempts. They were pretty even on the penalties. Oregon 5 penalties for 43 yards. Indiana 5 penalties for 23 yards. So I'm interested to see how Miami does in that kind of range
Mhm.
versus Indiana because Indiana's a cleaner football team when it comes to the penalties.
They
Um,
definitely are.
Miami had 10 for 74 yards. But the time of possession between Indiana and Oregon were still pretty comparable. But they dominated in the rushing attack. They had 40 carries for 185 yards. So like they were just pushing the ball. And Indiana scored off of all of the turnovers. I know an NFL team that did not do that
No, they didn't.
this week.
I can't tell you how enraged I was. Actually, we got 6 points
You
off
did
of
get
turnovers. Yeah.
you got 3 points.
Oh, okay.
You got 3 points off the
Sorry, as I
turnovers.
was.
Yeah.
3 points. We got some points.
Mm.
Here we go.
It's a catchy song.
It is a catchy song.
So you want to get
The
into
model
yeah
has Indiana as the heavy favorite. And mind you, out of 78 total points of how I count up everything, 63 belong to Indiana, 15 belong to Miami. The only real area that they're somewhat close in was defensively. They're somewhat evenly matched up, but Indiana was the favorite on almost all of them. One thing that Miami's turnover ratio is plus 11, right? Indiana's
plus 21.
plus 21.
Yeah,
I almost thought of giving them an extra point
for that.
just because they have literally double.
And I mean, when you're looking at So, like, score I didn't get to do the math on how much their opponents
Yeah.
usually how they usually do against opponents. But Indiana, when they points per game is 42.6.
Mhm.
Miami's at 31.6. So, I mean, an 11-point difference there, 10 points in the turnover ratio. Miami on third down is 46.8%. Indiana is 58%. Fourth downs, Miami does go for it on fourth downs
Mhm.
a little bit more, and they convert a lot more. They're 15 for 22. And then Indiana is 8 for 16, so they're just at 50%. And that's as far as I got to do for
God.
research before you put out the model.
So for Indiana's defense only allows point 0.6 passing touchdowns a game,
Mm,
while Miami's basically one
one per
passing
game.
touchdown. Same with it's point 0.7 rushing touchdowns, but Indiana's point 0.4 rushing touchdowns
Yeah.
allowed.
So if you're rounding up from 0.5,
Yeah.
you're looking
It's
at 2 to 1.5.
yeah. It's just like Indiana's given up or Miami's given up more points than Indiana has. Shit, we can even just look at their actual games themselves or their track record. Miami against and that's postseason. Notre Dame 27-24.
This is the
Yeah.
yeah. So this is the beginning of the season, and then
Bethune 45-3.
no idea.
No idea. South Florida 49-12. Florida 26-7. Florida State 28-22. Louisville 24-21, which they lost.
Yeah,
Stanford, they
and that's
won
a game that Carson Beck had like what
3 interceptions or something like
Yeah,
that. Stanford 42-7. SMU 26-20, which is another one of their losses. Syracuse 38-10. NC State 41-7. Virginia Tech 34-17. And Pitt 38-7. But I mean, like, when it comes to like ranked teams, I guess they're scoring either 2 touchdowns, 2 to 3 touchdowns per game, or at
Mhm.
least they're allowing, I should say. And then for Indiana,
Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. So their first 3 weeks of the season are like pretty cupcake.
yeah,
While Miami had to go versus Notre Dame, who some people in this room thinks that Miami or Notre Dame should have been in the playoffs. It's not me,
it's not me.
but it was
No,
you.
I don't think Notre Dame should have been in there at
Oh,
all.
I thought you
Yeah,
said that they
no.
should have been. Then they have Illinois, and they beat the absolute dog piss out of Illinois, and I think that's when people were like,
Oh shit.
"Oh shit!"
Because
like that.
what Illinois just beat USC
They were number
just a
9 in
week
the
before
yeah.
that. All right, now I'm curious.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, they played against USC next week. Yeah, or the
I
week
think they're
after.
ranked
Yeah,
pretty highly to start out. But
but
anyway,
yeah,
they dog
Illinois.
walked Illinois. Had a closer game versus Iowa and Oregon, and then dog walked Michigan State. I mean, Jesus Christ, they murdered UCLA, and I think
Yeah,
that was when
that
they
was
were
right
like,
when they're on their hype.
yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, we're gonna get them, and they're
they're
like,
3-0 underneath their new interim head coach.
yeah. Maryland, another 55 burger. Penn State, a little bit closer of a game than I
A lot
think
closer of the game.
that
Yeah,
they really wanted it to be.
was a tiptoe away from not happening. The win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wisconsin, 31-7. Purdue, another 50-point game. And then Ohio State, that was the
the championship game.
yeah, for
Heavy
Big Ten.
defensive battle
Yeah.
against Alabama, 38-3. Dropped another 50 bomb just last week on Oregon.
Yeah. So let's see. Over 50, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah. So, if that tells you guys anything on how we're going to pick,
Yeah, I'm leaning Indiana all the way. I'm gonna be going
yeah,
with the model on this one.
I'm also going with the model.
I think when you're looking at it, like I don't think it's as I'm trying to think of, like, because like, I do think it's gonna be a closer game than maybe the model and because I think
Mhm.
Indiana's -325, Miami's +260. That's what at least I had when I had the notes. I don't know if it's changed since then.
The total is 47.5, which
So it's
I'm saying up that number.
okay, so they did update. So I had
Yeah.
a 7.5 spread, now it's 8.5, and Indiana was 325, now they're 340, and Miami's +270, which is not like a huge adjustment, but
Yeah.
it's adjustment nonetheless. They are playing in Miami Stadium. I've been told that Indiana fans have been traveling pretty well this
Yeah. I can imagine
postseason.
so.
I can imagine that
Dude, I
they're
can
gonna have a
imagine some
little
of
bit
them
harder of a time getting.
I could imagine some of them bought tickets as soon as they got to the playoffs
Oh,
for the championship game. They're like, "We
might as
already
well.
know, dog." Kurt
Yeah.
Signetti already said it. Google me. I
Mhm.
win. Um, yeah. Did you do the numbers for the model or no?
No, I did
No.
not touch. I didn't touch any of the numbers. 'Cause I noticed because I was gonna ask you, you erased the regular season for NFL.
Put it right there at the bottom though.
Okay, but
Yep.
you're tracking it separately with college. You're doing it all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just because we did it so late. I kind of wanted to get like a full,
Okay.
yeah,
Fair enough.
track of everything. Speaking of which, I guess we'll go into the NFL. Very disappointing weekend for myself.
We won't start there. We
No,
will start Saturday.
with the Rams
Yeah, we're
Panthers.
on the road, and I get to watch a little bit of this game at the stadium.
Mhm.
But when we were heading home, I'm trying to be quiet because like everyone was asleep in the car.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to have the game on, and it's like so. What I was doing is like every few seconds, I would update my watch because it
Mhm.
has the ESPN app,
Yeah.
and it would just tell me
Mhm.
stuff. And back and forth game, I kind of knew this is gonna be the case. I didn't expect them to just dog walk the
Yeah.
Panthers. Some of the areas I think that we need to improve upon is they had a block punt on us that like we got rid of our special teams coordinator
Yep.
because of poor special teams play. Like I can't imagine. What are you doing?
This is for the awards later on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, we were like 3 and 13 on third downs. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
We had 9 penalties for 83 yards. We were pretty good about holding the ball. Um, Matt Stafford threw it to Mike Jackson again. Luckily, not a pick six this time. And he had 304 yards, 3 TDs. I thought one of them would have been a TD, like it would have been 4 TDs, but I guess he did like a jet sweep or something with Puka, and it was like a handoff instead.
Mm.
I need to go back and like watch that game. Do. Our defense, I thought we could have been back there a little bit more because we only got 2 sacks and 3 TFLs. I think we got a sack in like okay, for the first drive, I was actually very impressed with because we had them at 3 and out. They went for it on fourth down, and we got them. So I felt really great about that. And then it turned into a very quick touchdown from Matt Stafford to Puka Nacua. So I felt really good about that one. And then we did pretty well about holding the run. Jalen Coker, though, was fucking just loose on us. 9 for 134 and 1 TD. So that one didn't really get me so well. And then we had 2 turnovers on the Panthers, and I don't think we did anything with either one of the turnovers. I think we maybe scored a field goal off of one of them. So closer game than it was, especially in the later half. I think because we had a 14-0 lead, and it was 14-7, and then we had the ball right before the end of the half, and we could have kicked a field goal,
Mhm.
which would have brought us. Oh no! So we had a field. So 17-7, and we could have kicked a field goal kind of before half. I think there was like a minute and some odd change left on there, but they decided to go for it on 4th down, which I'm cats in hindsight here. If we kick the field goal, we go up 20-7.
Mhm.
And then if they do what they do and they score a touchdown, then we're still having a little bit more of a comfortable lead of 20-14, opposed to what happened of them turning over the ball on downs, giving the Panthers a chance to get down there, score, and now we're looking at half at a 17-14 lead. Like, that's the part that didn't really make me feel super good as a Rams fan, but still, we got the job done. We kind of got that. I don't think the monkey's quite off our back because it's a closer game than I think a lot of people expected. We were
Yeah.
supposed to have a 10.5 point spread, and we barely
Let
even got
yeah,
3. So, but
but
we're moving on, and we're going to Chicago, which I don't
tough
know.
matchup.
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
It's gonna be a tough one for you guys, 100%. But
But I'm trying to think, like, would I rather see them in Chicago, or would we rather go to Seattle? Because here's my thing, and you can call me delusional. For me, there is a clear path of victory for beating 49ers, who I'm a little shocked, but I did pick them to win over the
yeah,
Eagles, but I'm a little shocked. I think there's a clear way to victory in the Seattle games. We honestly should have beaten them twice this year. And then I think there's a way of victory in Chicago,
yeah,
but we'll get into that breakdown this whenever we get to
yeah.
the predictions. Bears Packers, that's the next game on Saturday
I
night.
didn't watch that game, but I did see the Caleb
Bruh.
Williams 25-point comeback,
I thought it was 18.
25 in the fourth quarter.
They were down by
Sorry.
18.
Yeah, they were down by 18, but
Yeah.
scored 25 in the fourth.
Yeah, so all of their like touchdowns came in the fourth. And I genuinely don't know. Caleb Williams, 24 for 48, 361 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. Their run game was pretty shut down. Swift was
Mhm.
only 13 carries, 54 yards, which, I mean, when you're down 18 points going into,
Yeah,
like,
the
I
fourth
get it.
quarter.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna use him a lot. Colston Loveland is just now starting to be the tight end I think people wanted him to be in the
Mhm.
beginning part of the season, i.e. me. I drafted him on my
Yeah.
fantasy team. 8 catches, 137 yards, and I believe he had a touchdown. And absolutely mossed the guy when he did it, if I
He had
remember
a
right.
touchdown?
I believe he did.
Okay. So 13.7 plus 8 plus 6. 27.7 points in fantasy.
I was confused, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been huge for a tight end. The defense was not as active as I thought. They had 0 turnovers, which
Mhm.
they were the team that had the most turnovers throughout the NFL. Uh, are you double checking me?
No, I was just checking to
No,
see if it was Malik Willis or
no, it was Jordan
yeah.
Love. Yeah, it was Jordan Love. And then the rushes on both sides. So they had 28 carries for 93 yards. I talked about Swift having 13 of those carries. Looking at Green Bay, Jordan Love 24 for 46, 323 yards, 4 TDs, 0 interception. Josh Jacobs 19 carries, 55 yards. You
Not
know,
not Josh Jacobs.
not the production that we expect out of him. Dobbs, though, Romeo Dobbs, if you want to pull this up because he was your boy,
Yeah.
8 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown.
Romeo Dobbs is the shit, man.
Yeah. Defense had 1 sack, 3 TFLs, 9 QB hits, the 2 interceptions that went for 8 yards. I think the biggest thing that Bear fans should be thanking is Brandon McManus, 0 for 2 on his field goals attempts.
Mhm.
One of them 55-yarder, the other one 44-yarder,
Yeah.
and he missed a PAT. So I would think they would look at that and just go, like,
Dog.
the PAT at least is
Yeah.
a no excuse. And I mean, if you hit that PAT and the 44-yarder,
Mhm.
you tie the game.
Now, it was in Chicago, and Chicago is the Windy City.
Sure, that's why I'm
So,
giving him credit
yeah.
for. I'm giving him some grace with the
Yeah.
55-yarder.
Yeah.
But how many other
How
because
many
I
other field goals has
the
he missed?
well, so I'm not even saying that. I'm like the 2 field goals that Chicago hit, what, like,
Yeah, that would have
where
bolstered their score. Probably they wouldn't have to score as many points to get back into it.
and the Bears like, seriously, when you look at the stats, I don't know how the Bears win because 'cause they're in the red zone, they were 2 for 5,
Yeah,
and they're down by 18, so great comeback for the Bears. I think if it's any other team in the playoffs, I just couldn't imagine them coming back for something like that,
yeah,
but they've done like, this is their 2nd time this year having a really big comeback versus the Packers.
yeah. I one thing that came across when I was scrolling was it showed a little clip. Apparently, there's a house divided in somewhere in the northern Midwest.
Mhm,
The dad is a Bears fan.
mhm,
All his kids are all Green Bay Packers fan.
okay,
First off, I would never let my own son be a fan of a rival team.
mhm.
That's disrespectful. All right.
Just curious on, like, how those go, because like, for me, the way I would intend to raise my child, because it could be a boy or girl in the
Yeah.
sports fandom, and my thing would be we're watching the Rams on Sunday, and we're
Mhm.
watching the Skurs on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then in between that, we might watch kinda other games,
Mhm.
but I'm telling you and I'm buying merchandise for the Rams,
Yep.
I'm buying merchandise
Their
for the
onesie is going to
Huskers,
be
like,
us
they're
for me
not gonna
Steelers Cyclones, but for you Huskers Rams.
they're not gonna be like, "Daddy, I like the blue in the Chargers uniform. I'm a Chargers fan." It's like, "No, you're not."
No,
Like,
you're not, dog.
because here's the thing, you don't you don't buy clothes, son. I
Yeah.
buy your
So
clothes.
you're going to be this fan whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and if he
Well, and
doesn't
like
have a
that's
problem
kind of
with
what
it,
happened with me when I was just like my favorite color was green, and
mm,
so the Green Bay Packers. I was just like, yeah. And then my
yeah,
dad realized that and he's just like, no,
no,
no, you're a Steelers fan.
yeah.
And then he put me in a Steelers, like those like old school like costume jersey deals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got Steelers one of those with like the little play helmet and everything.
Mhm.
I was locked in from that point on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I picked my own football team because I feel like I've talked about this before, so I'm not
yeah.
gonna go into it now. But yeah, great win for the Bears. Um,
Have a tough matchup going in next week.
I agree.
Both teams.
Yeah, I can't wait for that matchup. I think I'm the most excited for that
Yeah.
one. Bills Jags. Now, I think one of the things that I was looking at it when I was looking at this last week was, and you hear it on the broadcast, like they'll go, the Jags need to do X, Y, and Z to get a third down here.
Mhm.
The Jags really need to score a
'Cause it
touchdown
was,
here.
Tony Romo and Jim
I
Nance,
believe
right,
so.
yeah, and Tony Romo's been spot on with his, like, predictions or what he's
Yeah. Well, anyway,
historically.
but this, listen to the verbiage here
Mhm,
that I'm saying. Where the Jags need a third down here. We need to convert the third down. The Jags need to get a stop here.
mhm,
On the other side, Josh Allen needs to score a touchdown here.
yeah,
Josh Allen needs to convert this third down here. Josh Allen needs to get this third down stop
mhm,
to get Josh Allen attempt to
yeah,
that's how I kept hearing that
they're
broadcast.
they're
And
not talking about the Bills,
the
they're talking
Bills as
about
a team, they're just talking about Josh Allen, which I will say, even he got hurt a couple different times in that game. He was still putting the team on his back and
mhm,
doing it. So I don't think it's unfair to say Josh Allen this and Josh Allen that because he is that star and he
yeah,
is producing to get the team
mhm,
to this level. I just want the rest of the team to
so
also get to that level of
yeah,
performance
y
because you're not going to get to the playoff or you're not going to get to the Super Bowl just off of Josh Allen's
yeah,
back alone.
it's just
Or
like
if you do, you're going to become the 5th Bills team to get to the Super Bowl and lose it.
yeah, and, like, they're sitting at this level, right? They need to get at least to here.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah, it's not
hey, hey, get out of the alcohol bag.
it's not a massive climb that he's asking for.
No, and so like,
It's just a
and I think the signing of Brandon Cooks, veteran journeyman wide receiver, which all the respect in the world when I say that,
yeah.
because like he
Back in the
was
day, he
well,
was
he was on the Rams, he was on the Cowboys, he's on the Bills. I'm trying to think wherever the fuck was he? No, I don't think he was an Eagle.
was he a Ravens at some point? No,
No,
not
he
a
wasn't a Ravens. I'm trying to remember
was he a
who
Raiders?
he might have been a
I
Raider.
think he was a
He might have
Raiders,
been a Raider.
also a Texan.
And like the way that he would come out Not that Robert Woods, I know, is a Texan
Yeah,
after the Rams. Anyway, um, the way that Brandon Cooks would help get them into like get them out of situations, like I thought that was, and I hope they go to him more, especially now that who of their who was their they just had a wide receiver like in this game. He tore his ACL and he's gonna be in.
Shakir,
No, it wasn't Shakir.
Keon Coleman,
Might have been
because
Coleman.
Coleman was like before Brandon Cooks, their number one receiver.
I can't remember now. But yeah, I think, and I mean, we're talking about like James Cook. I think he could have been a little bit more involved in the run game. I mean, he had 15 carries for 46 yards. Like,
Yeah,
but I do get the Jacksonville defense was really good, and they're doing their part to limit the Bills as best they can.
and they put it into a chance where the Jaguars could win too.
Yeah. Uh, Trevor Lawrence, 18 for 30, 207 through the air, 3 TDs, 2 INTs. Same thing with Etienne, 10 carries, 67 yards. So that was kind of like, it was funny to see it on both sides where like their running game was nothing, but they did have like, uh, you know,
Mhm.
stuff going down. Like, because Josh Allen, he had 2 rushing TDs and he had 11 carries for 33 yards. Anyway, Parker Washington, 7 carries, 100 or sorry, 7 catches, 107 yards. Cam Little, he missed a 54-yarder.
That was also something too. I was getting tired about with that broadcaster. Just like, man, Little can hit it
From anywhere.
from
They
anywhere.
said
Yeah,
it a lot. And then,
they said it
it,
from
it-
pretty much from beginning till end.
yeah,
They're like, oh yeah, Cameron Little. They're just like, don't get me wrong, the dude hit a 68 yarder.
he is good.
Yeah, good. And
But
before that, he hit a 57 yarder.
yeah.
Before that, but it's just like,
What do you think about the shit going on with the fucking the reporter? Have you been seeing any of that?
no,
There's a reporter. It was after the game. She's talking to Liam Cohen, and she's like, "Keep your head up, young man. Like you're
yeah,
doing great things for this football team. You know, we're all proud of you. You know, keep your
hmm
head up. Don't be disappointed. You know, a lot of people are in your position. Don't get this far. Yada yada yada." And all these other people in the press are like, "Oh, this is unprofessional. You're showing,
yeah.
favoritism to the team." And
I
it's
think
just
I
like,
have seen that, but it
it's
was
like,
like
bro,
one clip.
shut the fuck
Yeah,
up. She's just being a nice person for
yeah.
fucking once. Not her being for once, but like the
But like media in
media. Yeah.
general, yeah, just and, like it is true. Like, yeah, dude, you're part of the Jags. It's just like
Yeah. Like
you're a low
him,
budget team.
him and Ben Johnson are the only rookie head coaches in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, it's just well, rookie, I
Mhm.
guess, but Vrabel.
Mike Rabel. Sorry.
But technically, it's not his first team
Not
coaching.
correct. Correct. You are correct there. That's how I was looking at him.
Yeah,
Like
no, yeah,
first time being head
but
coach.
first year coach of his team.
Mhm.
There's three of them. So
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Um,
Uh,
49ers Eagles. I didn't watch this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I should have because it looks
I
well.
good.
Correction.
Good.
I had it on the background. I
Mhm.
wasn't really paying attention to it though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Uh, Man, the Eagles literally just, like, folded,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna talk about all of the stuff that because it's online
Mhm.
about, like, the terrible play calling with Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni just being okay
I
with
heard
it.
about AJ Brown swinging on Nick Sirianni though.
I didn't hear about him swinging on him, but I did see a couple clips where Nick Sirianni was running down the sideline to get into AJ Brown's face and yell at him.
Yeah.
Which then the broadcast is like, "Oh, it's always like this in the game, but they have a great relationship outside of," and it's
And
like,
then he
"Dude,
swings on him.
I don't know if they have a great
Yeah. I
relationship."
mean, look at the Eagles season all year.
Yeah.
We've been saying just something's off,
And that's the
right?
thing, it's obviously from a play calling, area. I do think there's a little bit of that because here's the thing, they always talk about AJ Brown being a diva. Dude, that's like all of the wide receivers in the league.
Yeah.
All wide receivers
All right, receivers.
are divas, like,
Yeah.
straight up. They are. They're prima donnas, they want the ball, they want their name in the l
Yeah.
marquee, like,
Well, and
that
like
is their position.
Ocho Cinco and Tio kind of really paved the way for that like diva wide receiver.
Man, I think it's always been there. I think it's always been there.
Maybe that's because I grew up watching Hines Ward, and he wasn't really a diva about anything.
I think that's just the team that he was
Yeah,
on, though.
yeah, and so that's
You know what
probably
I
why
mean?
I don't remember as many divas in the league.
AJ Brown, or
Well, I
sorry,
mean, like, in
not
the past.
Antonio Brown.
Well, yeah, later, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, that 2010s era. I don't know, a
I
little bit
mean,
of that.
Megatron wasn't diva-y.
No,
AJ Green wasn't diva-y, but I'm trying to think of like, so there definitely has to be.
because
Or
one
if
that
I was,
sticks out is just Ocho Cinco.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
like he's that, but that was anyway. Um, Saquon, they're actually running him effectively a little bit more than what they've been doing. 49ers came away with some trickery though. Like they had Juwan Jennings. Did you see that where they had Juwan Jennings throw a touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey?
no, I did not
Yeah,
see
it was
that.
like a 21 or 23 yarder. It was,
Yeah,
and that's the thing I think that Philly fucked up is the signature play.
mhm.
A couple years ago, what was the signature play for the Phillies?
Saquon Barkley,
No,
push push,
no. A couple years ago.
a couple years ago.
More than 2.
Oh, the Philly special.
Philly special, dude.
Yeah,
Why are we like now it's the fucking tush push. Like what like I think they got away from what like actually is a good play that came out of Philly.
yeah.
Not that I think it would have helped them because
No,
like when
but the
you're
Philly special is the Philly special
way
for a reason.
way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Anywho,
Chargers Patriots
very
16-13,
the
very yeah.
defensive grind game. I enjoyed it. I went over to my mom and her husband is a Patriots fan, so I had to watch it with him. First half, my mom was like a nervous wreck because like Drake May is getting sacked. They're not scoring touchdowns. Um, Slow offensively, but Justin Herbert, dude, like someone made the comparison of like, oh, like everyone's saying that Justin Herbert's washed, and he's like, dude, in every generation, there's your Carson Palmers, your Philip
Yep.
Rivers, like great talented quarterbacks who just do absolutely nothing in the postseason.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'd agree. And like a lot of people were already making I remember seeing some post a couple years back and then also sporadically throughout the years, is Justin Herbert the next Philip Rivers. And it's just like great talent,
Yeah,
but like come playoff time,
can't get it done
nothing. And somebody was saying like this is gonna be his last year to prove if he's another Philip Rivers or if he's better than that.
this next year or
Or this
this.
last game.
I don't
That's
know.
the word on the street.
Word on the street.
Word on the street. Also, what
My
the
thing
word on
is
the street is.
I think they should have had because Joe Alt, a fucking great talent on the offensive line. He was kind of in and out all season, and it like you could see that
Mhm.
pressure just
Yeah.
there
And
whenever.
the Chargers' offensive line has been broken and beaten all season long.
Hmm.
Like
And it happened very early on in the season.
a lot of them are still not back and
Yeah.
probably won't be back until
I'm interested to
opening day.
see because the Chargers were getting some good pressure and good sacks on Drake May. Like Will Campbell's kind of holding his
Mhm.
own. Rookie offensive lineman out of
I
not Michigan. Anyway,
Ohio State.
I think it was Ohio
Yeah.
State. And yeah,
I
he
think the
he just couldn't
Chargers
hold it up on his own. So I wonder how he does against the Texans.
honestly, the Chargers have great um weapons
Hmm.
all around, like Kiami Vidal,
Mm.
Marion Hampton, both great running backs. Najee Harris not great, but he's a good like
He
veteran.
he is
Yeah,
good. He just wasn't good this
yeah,
year. It's the same thing with like Nick Chubb on the Texans. Like he's
yeah.
good. He just wasn't good this
And also
year.
Najee Harris got injured first 3 games in. But
And I mean, when I don't even think like yeah, Lad McConkey.
yeah,
That's a really good wideout right there. Quinyon Johnson
mhm,
got way better from this year to last
yeah,
year, from this
way
year or
better.
from last year to this year.
Keenan Allen might be done after this season. He
Yeah,
might come back.
I hope he does because he didn't look
He didn't look gassed or
that
anything.
bad.
Yeah,
I think they should try to get like you should try to draft
mhm,
a young stud wide receiver.
receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it wouldn't be at the top of my list.
I mean if you can get
Maybe
like
a fourth round pick.
if you can get like a Puka Nakua who was a
Yeah,
fifth round pick, then that'd be
exactly. Like
great.
find that diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
But what they really need to focus on offensive line. They got solid defense.
Mm,
I think defense carried them a lot throughout the season. That in a run game, but just getting at least more depth to their offensive line. You already know they're injury prone.
mm,
Get a little bit extra, another layer of like solid offensive linemen to fill in those spots, and you could potentially see them at least winning a playoff game
yeah.
next year.
Monday Night Football. Bum 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 bum
Yeah,
bum bum
Mike
bum
Tomlin's
bum
gone,
bum bum bum
which
bum
also
bum
like I kind of like
bum
we've been talking about it all season.
bum bum
How
bum
like if Mike Tomlin doesn't win a
bum
playoff game or a Super
bum.
Bowl, it's gonna be done for him.
I said they should have been done with them last year.
Yeah,
I think you guys were lucky enough to get into the playoffs. And I think that is more against like that was more of the ineptitude of the
the
Ravens.
Ravens.
Like they should have been the one leading the dance in the North. And that's why you see John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, like two staple coaches
Yeah.
who not only like I'd be interested to see how many times they've played versus each other
hmm
versus like other coaches in the league of like
They
playing
played
versus each
like
other.
in total, I think 50 to 60 times.
And then I'm curious, like
Yeah,
any other active coach, like what is
yeah,
what is their matchup like?
mhm,
Are they the like right now the most between
yeah.
active head coaches? Um,
Because they both started about the same time too against each other.
and I mean, if we're being honest from this game, the defense, of the Texans really was the star of the show, and that's really who put the
Yeah.
fucking beating on you guys.
hmm
The Steelers defense, honestly, played pretty valiantly.
Played phenomenally.
3 turnovers
Yeah,
led to no points, or 3 points.
3.
It led to a
Put
field
the
goal,
respect on the field goal. All right.
put on 1 field goal. I thought you guys got Pat Fryermuth involved way too late in the
Way
game.
too late, dude. Like,
And I thought for you guys to win, I thought you guys needed to grind out some more of those rushing yards with
yeah.
Kenneth Gainwell and
And like the fact, like, we got 3 chunk plays with running against one of the highest ranked running defenses. I'm like, you obviously figure it out. Do something with it.
yeah.
We can't let Will Anderson, and I forgot the other dude's name, rush around the edges. We have to keep on running the ball down their throat.
Well, that was the thing that was driving me crazy because I think they said it like 2 or 3 times in the broadcast where we're like, Aaron Rodgers would get outside the pocket, and they're like, "Yeah, if he was a couple years younger, he'd be hurting people with his legs."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if we're knowing that is the situation, why do we keep trying to go for a pass?
hmm
Like, play to that aggressiveness. Either
Yeah.
do a draw. You can even do like quick screens. They try to do quick screens, and you
Yeah.
just get blown up
Blown
right
up off
away.
the rip.
Like it just
I was just like, you see 3 screens happen and they all get blown up. You're just like, all right, cool. We're not doing that for a while.
no. Like
But
clearly,
you know what
it's
Arthur Smith decides to keep on doing? Oh, let's do another fucking screen
why
pass.
not? Yeah, I thought you guys need to get the run
DK
game more
Metcalf
involved.
can't catch the ball.
Yeah, and I
It's just like
mean, here's the
when he
thing.
starts off with 2 passes for a total of 44 yards at the
Yeah.
beginning of the game.
Well, I think it's excuse me. I don't think it was a smart idea. Like, I get it. He dropped the ball. You got to realize, I don't think he drops the ball because he's doing it to be a bad
Yeah.
player. Like, he's been sitting for the last what 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
Like, yeah, he's gonna maybe have a little bit of rust.
Yeah.
Keep feeding
Keep
him the
feeding
ball.
DK, keep feeding Pat Fryermuth. Calvin Austin, I liked what he brought to the field. He was more or less just dragging people away because he kind of showed up in like last week. So it's just like Texans are probably seeing like, oh shit, he is a threat. All right, cool.
And the way that I was looking at it, well,
Adam Thielen also showed up in clutch moments too.
enjoy retirement, buddy.
Yeah.
And that's not like a diss. He did
No,
announce his
yeah.
retirement. And he's been there for he's
Props to
been in the
Adam Thielen.
league for a long time. Not a diva,
No.
but
He was a
like so Woody Marks, I mean, he ran all over you guys. I
dude.
didn't think I so like when it was talking about your defense, like Cameron Hayward, he kind of but like dude, TJ Watt, like where the fuck was he? He
Yeah.
got one fumble recovery,
Yeah.
but he wasn't even like in the play of like getting the ball out or
Yeah.
anything like that. And then yeah, when the Texans defense scored, what, 14 points off you guys? I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's a wrap.
They strip sacked Aaron Rodgers, and
And
Rankin ran it in for a 23-yard touchdown.
then a 20, and then a pick six.
Yeah. Dude, I was
Uh,
sitting there, I felt like I was in the blind side where I was just like, "Run the dang ball," or,
mhm,
like, "Just get downfield. Quit with this side to side bullshit.
yeah.
And
Uh,
just move the ball upfield."
my beautiful girlfriend kept saying, like, "Who is number 8? He looks so old." And I was like, "Well, baby, you're looking at the oldest player in the league
Yeah.
currently, but not all time." And she goes,
Yeah.
"It's the oldest player in the league." And I was like, "I could tell you, but if you
Yeah.
so I sent her a screenshot, but I don't think she's gonna do anything
Mhm.
with it." But she was like, "Yeah, now I feel bad for like making fun of like an old man, but
Yeah.
like because she was you like the feeling when when you don't know who it is and you see the helmet on, you're like just kind of getting into
Yeah.
the games. You're like, this person just looks
Yeah.
like they're
And he
running like an
looks
old man.
like every time they do a close up on his face, I'm just like, "He's so old."
He's so
Like, he's got red marks around his eyes. He always looks like
tired,
the
EP
tired, depressed
boy.
dad,
Yeah.
just like, "What the fuck
I
am I?"
feel bad if that is his last game.
Yeah. It's his lowest scoring game
Yeah.
in his career.
I thought it was just in the playoffs.
No, in his career, of 6 points,
Hmm.
and that's a shitty way to fucking end the season. I don't think he's coming back. I don't know who the hell we're gonna pick up as a head coach.
Mason Rudolph, I don't know.
Mason Rudolph is
Fine.
fine. What I'd love to see from Aaron Rodgers, I know he said he's gonna be.
Well, didn't you guys get
We have Will Howard.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did I say earlier Will Howard or Will Campbell was on the
Will
team?
Campbell.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Will Howard, I mean,
I mean, he spent a year learning from Aaron Rodgers. Like, maybe see what he does with the reins.
sure, yeah, and I mean, he was probably doing like scout teams and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, he was third stringer, but I get why he's a third stringer. You
Yeah, I
have Mason
mean,
Rudolph, who's
been in
a
the league for a
journey,
while.
yeah,
Yeah.
been in the league for a while.
Yeah, that's a journeyman.
I never thought both my teams would fall apart in the same season or lose all their coaching.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
yeah. I'm in for a
A
depressing,
long off season. A
long
long
off
off
season
season.
of just dread and everlasting pain.
So we're looking at awards, yeah?
Yeah. We finished off last week. I'm 4-2. You're 5-1.
We're both wrong on the Jags, which I don't feel awful about that
No.
pick. I think it was one of those. I think it was probably the only pick last week. I was like, damn, this is the only one
Yeah.
I'm like kind of skeptical on.
But for awards, the current betting odds, according to Vegas Insider, Matt Stafford is the favorite
The MVP.
for the MVP. 190.
I fucked with it.
Yeah.
I genuinely think he should win it. What you doing now?
Well, the FanDuel has it a little bit cleaner than some of the other ones. Nope. All right. All right. But yeah, like across the board, Matt Stafford's the favorite. On FanDuel, he's 450.
Why
On
the fuck is DK Metcalf in the MVP odds?
no idea.
Oh, okay, let's talk about this list. I'm I don't know where you got this
This
from.
was BetMGM that has
Yeah,
DK
Matt
Metcalf.
Stafford, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, DK Metcalf, Geno Smith, and Justin Fields. I don't know if they're doing like the top three and then the bottom three,
Yeah.
but this list is insane
Maybe
to
it is a
me.
top 3 in the bottom 3
This
because
list is insane to me.
offensive player of the year odds, Stephon Diggs is in there as well with BetMGM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
But
they're just a really big fan of
I like Matt Stafford.
I think Matt Stafford is I mean, dare I say the easy choice,
Yeah.
but I mean
He is the easy choice.
more touchdowns, same amount of interceptions, harder schedule than Drake May. He played a lot more teams that were over 500 than Drake May.
Mhm.
I think Drake May only won against like 3 teams that were over 500.
Yeah. Offensive player of the year.
I like Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I do
Leading the
too.
league in receiving yards. I think he was number 2 in receptions.
I believe so.
He might have been just
Yeah.
under Puka Nakua. And like when you're looking at the Seattle offense, dude, he is such a bright shining
Yeah.
star. I love Puka Nakua. I just don't think he's quite there.
Mhm. Miles Garrett
Defensive
is
player of the year. Yeah,
yeah,
that's easy. I don't even know what the odds are on that one, but that's got to be a fucking gimme.
yeah, the
Micah
minus
Parsons.
1,000, minus 2,000, minus 2,000, minus 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, you break a all-time record in
Mhm.
sacks per season. To me, I think it's a little bit inflated, but
Yeah. I do agree because initially, if Baker Mayfield had continued to show up like how he did, same with what's his face, Daniel Jones before his ACL.
mm,
I would have said Daniel Jones. And I think we even had that earlier in the season too for comeback player of the year. Initially, we had Aiden Hutchinson, then
yeah,
Daniel Jones, and CMC.
yeah,
I'm liking CMC for
I agree. I like CMC. I also like Dak, but
yeah. Coach of the year.
man, you're either looking at like Mike Rabel,
I'm
Ben
going Vrabel.
Johnson. Dude, I like Ben Johnson a little bit more. But so okay, those two for sure. I'm trying to think of who else I was looking at.
Cohen.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
And then I was really liking the Colts.
Yeah. Until their in season imploded.
And I mean, you got to talk about Kyle Shanahan doing all the
Oh,
stuff he's
dude, and
doing with,
Shanahan.
so
I think
what are the odds looking like for like what's this list looking like?
so. They don't have any of the coach of the
No kidding.
years. Maybe they have it.
I'm just gonna Google.
NFL
Oh,
coach of the
that's
year.
24-25 though.
Oh,
Oh no, no, there you go. I mean, okay.
yeah.
So Ben Johnson is the favorite, slight favorite. They're plus one
Yep.
or plus 700. Mike Rabel right on his heels, plus 850. Liam Cohen plus 1,200, or sorry, 1,200. And then Kalen Moore, 1,200. Jim Harbaugh. So I think Pete Carroll
How the fuck is Pete Carroll above Kyle Shanahan?
and Sean Payton and
Sean Payton, I get because he's in the playoffs
okay,
and they're the
how's
number
Sean
one
McVay
seed.
plus 2,500? He's below Zach Taylor, Ryan Daboll, who got fired halfway through the season. Fucking who else?
Shane Steichen's at the bottom, or damn near at the bottom.
Raheem Morris, he got fired this season. Aaron Glenn barely even got a win. Yeah, Nick Sirianni, that makes sense, being at the fucking ass at the bottom. This is not a source that I would find reputable,
No.
but so
I'm
convince me
liking
on
Vrabel just because Ben Johnson he has Caleb Williams. Yes, he's a rookie or a second year quarterback, but he
okay.
also has a whole lot more weapons surrounding him, or at least like name ones. DJ Moore, Swift. Those are the ones that are coming to me top of my head. But with the Patriots, you don't have like a star-studded cast with them all the way through.
I would say this exact same thing about the Bears.
I
Yep.
think it's a little bit more for the Patriots, in my personal opinion.
All right, but what I'm saying, like that, whatever argument you just had about Ben Johnson have a little bit more star-studded cast. Let me pull up the Chicago Bears 23-24 season because they were not really great last year, and they had a very similar squad. So they were, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
5 of 12.
They were 5-12.
What were the Patriots?
Great question. Which I don't think they should have got rid of. Coach, was it Mayo?
I believe it was.
And I mean, Drake May is also a second year
Mhm.
quarterback. I think they have a better running back. I think Ramondre Stevenson and
Drake May.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
sorry.
Um, so see the Patriots are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so
And yeah,
so they're very like similar
records.
records. I again think the Bears had a little bit tougher of a season than the Patriots.
Hmm.
And then if you're talking about Patriot like offense, I think the running backs are better than Chicago's. You got Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry is a pretty good tight end. Both of the defense are pretty comparable, but I think with Chicago having that shift and being the number one defense and taking away turnovers when they were not that last
Hmm.
year, like I just don't know how you can just you know put Ben Johnson to the side like that.
I'm not putting him to the side
Mm,
because it's a very much a like a neck and neck
mm.
type thing. I'm just thinking the voting's gonna go Mike Rabel.
It could. He's gotten it
That's
before.
yeah. That's honestly the reason why I think
I mean, I don't agree with you, but we can go with Mike Rabel.
okay, Rabels.
What's the next one?
Offensive rookie of the year. We'll see what their odds are.
The one I was looking at was, uh, gosh, what is that guy's name?
Ted McMillan.
Yes, on the Panthers,
Yeah,
it's got to be him.
yeah. Is
At first, I was going Mbeka. If,
Mecca and Buka.
yeah, that's who I was looking at,
I think we both were.
and then Jackson Dart.
Yeah, until he got hurt, and then
Yeah. So, but no, it's got to be McMillan.
yeah,
He was an absolute stud for
yeah.
Carolina.
I'd love to be able to have a better argument for Travion Henderson, mainly because I had him on my
Fantasy team, yeah.
fantasy. Yeah,
Mhm.
because he didn't start off super hot,
Yeah, they
but
weren't.
Ted
I
McMillan,
don't think they used him as much.
they didn't use him as much
Yeah.
until Ramondre Stevenson got hurt,
Mhm.
and then Travion Henderson started having breakaway runs for touchdowns, and
And
they're like,
I think if they started out the season with them, I would agree with
because
your
Ted
take.
McMillan started off the season hot and
Mhm.
just stayed hot the whole year. And I believe I know who is probably going to end up winning defensive rookie. It's that cat out of the Browns. That's offensive.
You just scroll down.
Nope.
It was on
Nope.
that page.
Nope.
It's the same
Nope.
page you're on.
Nope. Carson Swearinger. Swessinger. He's with the Browns. He, from what I remember, and even when I watched him, the two Steelers games,
Mhm.
he was pretty fucking good. Miles Garrett got a lot of the attention that
Yeah.
allowed Swessinger to come in there,
I'll
start wrecking house.
ride with them with you. Um, I don't know this game like that. My fault. Pimp.
But yeah, so we got Stafford for MVP,
Mhm.
debated Vrabel for Coach of the Year,
Mhm.
CMC Comeback Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year JSN, Offensive Player of the Year obviously Miles Garrett, Ted McMillan for Offensive Rookie, and Defensive Rookie Carson Swessinger. Swessinger. He's got one of those weird names.
We'll be switching over to the divisional round of the NFL playoffs this week. Starting out Saturday night, Bills Broncos in Mile High.
I think I'm gonna go Broncos, but I'm a bit wavery because with how Josh Allen has been just kind of carrying their team across,
Yeah.
and the Broncos had a few losses there at the end of the season. What? Well, they had the Jaguar. Sorry, not at the end. They had one loss.
Mm.
The Jaguars, they lost to them, and the Chargers kept them at least a little bit close up until the second half, where the Broncos
If I
decimated
remember,
them.
but I thought a lot of their starters weren't playing
I
for
believe so. Yeah,
except I think the Broncos had their starters, but the
Chargers
did
didn't.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go
Man,
Broncos.
I'm also gonna go Broncos, but I'll tell you, like, it's gonna come down to that fourth quarter, and if Bo Nix can score,
Yeah,
because I feel like that's just the only time I'm seeing him productive is in the second half.
yeah.
So if the Bills get out early and just take a demanding lead, which I don't imagine them doing because the Broncos defense is so fucking tough.
So solid.
And that's what, Bo Nix needs to just capitalize on getting points
Yeah.
early in the game. So I'm gonna go Broncos, but man, I'm
Not
not confident on
yeah.
it. It's a 1.5 point spread. So,
For the next one, 49ers Seahawks.
dude, the way that Seattle so they're 1-1
Mhm.
on the season. I know the 49ers still aren't 100% healthy. I know that Fred Warner was talking about coming back. I don't know if it's confirmed that he is going to come back for this game. But I mean, I'm trying to think of like a nice. I mean, the last time these two teams played, Seattle absolutely dominated them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna expect the same thing.
Yeah. I want the 49ers to win.
Losing
Yeah, George
losing
Kittle.
Kittle.
Yeah. But I don't see it happening, so that's why I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just in my heart, I would cheer against my own record
Mm,
just for the 49ers to win.
mm.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like either one of these teams, but it's fine.
it's fine. Texans, Patriots,
I'm going Patriots,
same here.
but it's again, dude, where like
That defense is so solid.
they're so fucking scary. The thing that it's the same thing that I'm saying with the Broncos. Like, dude, I don't know what was going on last week with the center and uh
Oh, and CJ Stroud.
like just either snapping it when he wasn't
Mhm.
ready, snaps going all over the place, CJ just Stroud just fumbling, and I feel like the Patriots are gonna be a team that if they get turnovers, they're gonna capitalize
They're
on it.
actually gonna score points, unlike the
Like
Steelers.
the Texans were lucky that 3 of their turnovers only led to 3 points.
Yeah. It would have
I
been a whole different ball game if the Steelers got momentum and actually scored
and
points.
I just can't imagine. Now, I know the Patriots look pretty shaky versus not to the level of defense as the Chargers,
Mhm.
but that later half of the game I
Yeah.
think I'm going Patriots, but they need to score
Yeah.
as many drives that they can. They can't take any of these drives for granted where it's
No.
like, "Hey, we're up by 10. Let's just
Mhm.
run the ball 4 times just to keep
Yeah.
clock." Like, you cannot do that
You
on this
have to
team.
be going to beat them up.
I know the Texans also, they lost,
Nico Collins.
yeah,
Yeah.
which that sucks. But
In my head, I was sitting there like,
those
uh,
Iowa State boys been doing really well out there
yeah,
though.
Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins, and Xavier Hutchinson.
Mhm.
Yeah, all prior Iowa State boys.
Yeah. They're doing pretty well for them.
Yeah. Rams Bears. I'm gonna go Rams.
I'm going Rams. The big thing that we need to work on is because we continue to have these hot starts, which I'm glad for. Have the hot start, carry that with you.
Mhm.
Once we get to that second and third quarter, it just kind of like they lull out
Yeah,
and they allow the team to score and it gets close.
that's why I
And
was a bit
then,
iffy with
yeah.
picking the Rams too. It's just like, oh shit, the Bears have been a second half team while the Rams have been a first half team.
Well, no, they've been a first quarter and a fourth quarter team. That's how they've been. And the from what I've been seeing with the Bears, they've just been strictly a fourth quarter team. So we again, we can't allow them to get within
Mhm.
arm's reach of us. We need to have a two-score game. We can't allow the Bears to have what they had last week when they're converting on third downs. What did I say? They converted 10 out of their 19 third down conversions. Now they were pretty mediocre on fourth down. They're 2 for 6. Um, and I think the Packers defense isn't to that standard of the Rams. I think we're gonna get back there a lot more often, and we're gonna sack CJ. We're gonna get Caleb Williams, and we're gonna make him play rushed, hurried up, get the
Yeah.
ball out fast. Finion Lake didn't have like the greatest game back last week. I mean, he looks fine.
Mhm.
But we limit their run. We stop Colston Loveland. Feel pretty good about the Rams.
Yeah. With that wrapping up, we have our coming back again trivia, our weekly trivia. This week we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go over. and I will get our trivia set up.
Welcome to play along with us at home. I didn't study a lick for the Buccaneers.
Okay.
Um, I will say I don't know how much is going to help me, but I've been watching that Tampa Bay Buccaneers Amazon documentary, and I've been actually enjoying it. I haven't finished it because then they're like hour-long episodes, but they've had some pretty good players. They've had some pretty good players. Now, I don't remember all their names because they've had a bunch of them on the show, but I'm interested to see who you would have picked. Um,
Well, there's the obvious one that I could have done, and that's picking Tom Brady.
yeah,
I
I'm,
didn't do that one.
I figured as much. Yeah, I didn't think you'd give me that big of a softball.
Yeah, no. Would not give you that big of a softball.
This game, this segment is brought to you again by today's sponsor, our premium sponsor, Hart Ventures Electrical Services.
You're
Free
good to look.
estimates on, huh?
You're good to look.
Yeah, would never forget that Antonio Brown was a, a Tampa
Yeah.
Bay guy.
All right. So this is kind of where we're sitting at. I'm eating 24. You're 15 and 24.
Is this accurate?
I kind of took a little bit of a guess. I knew you had like 3 right in the last 2 weeks,
Okay.
and then I had at least 2 or 3 right in the last 2 weeks.
I know last time we did it, you had one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Should we done?
All right. So this guy is 6'4", 231 pounds. Went to Florida State
This is
from.
James. This is James Winston.
It is Jameis
This is
Winston.
James Winston.
This is your softball.
Okay, I that one was pretty easy. Now,
Yeah.
if you would have done the 30 for 30, like that would have been pretty cool. 30
hmm
touchdowns for 30 interceptions. I didn't even need yeah,
Yeah. You just
Heisman
saw the.
Trophy
Yeah.
winner. Yeah, all of the college accolades that he had. Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew this right out of the gate. As soon as I saw that
That number
jersey, I
30.
was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's James Winston.
Eating
Yeah.
W's. All right. Now this guy, 5'10", 184 pounds, played for Virginia from 1993 to 1996. He was in the 1997 draft with the third round, 66 overall pick. He won the Super Bowl. What is that? 37. Super Bowl 37. 3-time first team All Pro, 2001, 2004, and 2005.
Sorry, what year was that Super Bowl?
I believe it was the one with Gruden.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to
Super
remember.
Bowl, I say 37. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2003.
You couldn't fucking pick Warren Sapp, who was on that fucking team. Then you had to pick this guy.
Um, just to give you, he's a cornerback or a free safety.
Fuck, what was his name? I fucking
Um,
dude, I just watched him in the fucking documentary.
5-time Pro Bowl,
Yeah.
NFL interception co-leader in '01,
Fuck, what is his
2000s
name?
All-Decade Team, Tampa Bay Ring of Honor, 2-time third team All-American.
It's not Brooks, right?
No,
What is your name, dude?
most consecutive starts. This is an NFL record. He has most consecutive starts by defensive back, 215 yards. And then he also has the most career sacks as a cornerback with 28.
Damn, he was on like I'm gonna be mad because I was watching the documentary and he is on there. They talk about him.
He has a brother that played for the Giants.
Trying to fucking think.
Um, this might help you figure it out,
Mhm.
but it's using his brother. right?
Okay.
His brother's first name is kind of like it sounds like a torch.
It sounds like a torch.
Yeah, like a
Oh,
name
it's
of a
fucking
torch.
Ronnie Barber.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew if I
Fucking
could go like
thank you.
Tiki Torch
Yeah, I
to
was
Tiki
like, dude,
Barber.
I would have fucking flipped this
Yeah.
table. Yes, Rodney Barber was fucking.
No, I don't expect you to get this last one. But yeah, Tiki Barber. This guy was an offensive lineman. He was an offensive guard. So
Okay.
there's really no stats. I couldn't figure out how many
Uh-huh.
sacks he let up or anything. Literally all of his stats were, at least on uh Wikipedia, 116 games played, 112 games started. But he played for Oklahoma 2002 to 2005.
I think this guy was also in the documentary.
Um, first round pick, 23rd overall, two-time Pro Bowler in 2008 and 2011. First team All Big 12 in '05 and second team All Big 12 2004. He played with Tampa Bay from '06 to 2013 and with the St. Louis Rams in 2014. 6'3", 313 pounds. There's not a whole lot on this dude.
Yeah,
But
but I believe they talked about it because anytime they had a first
yeah,
round pick, they would talk about it in the fucking thing. And this would have been after Gruden was done.
yep. On his Wikipedia, he apparently went to Afghanistan with the United Service or with the USO.
Mm,
So he's been to Afghanistan more than times than I have, which is once.
I'm sorry, I don't know him.
Uh,
Like,
Evan Joseph.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think they talked about him on the documentary, but sorry,
yeah.
I'm mad because I know if I would have like the fucking
If you missed that Rondé Barber one
I would have been pissed. Which like because I was sitting there, I was like, dude,
with Rondé Barber, I was sitting there like, all right, he should know him.
I do know him,
It's just like I don't know.
and
I know
I
more about his brother than I do him.
yeah
Um, but yeah, I was just like, when you were sitting there starting to freak out, I'm like, his brother was on the Giants. He was a running back.
yeah I wasn't
Tiki.
I was not freaking out.
Yeah.
But you're like he's a type of torch. I was like, but no, I was thinking of like what's his name? Like something Brooks. That's who I was thinking of. Dante Brooks.
I think it might have been Dante when I was looking. But
That's
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Well, thank
sweet.
you guys for joining the MattCast podcast, episode 100.
Hmm.
We did talk about trying to do something special, but we both just kind of like we forgot.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't make any time for it.
yeah. We'll probably end up doing something
We can always do like a
in
sidebar episode
yeah
celebrating it.
in like the off season. We'll do something to celebrate
Mm,
100. But yeah, thank you guys for joining the MattCast podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
bye.